Thank you for joining us for our, and I never thought I would say this, Bridget. Thank you for joining us for our webinar on how to create IUL, it's Index Universal Life Leads on TikTok. And TikTok is a social media platform that people dance on. That's all I know, right? Isn't that how it works,
Yes,
Shannon?
that's it. That's what I do
Yeah,
in the videos, man. That's how we get the leads.
that's right. So, Bridget, if you would like to show your video, I think you're going to do the first gig. Is that
Oh,
correct?
wait, I thought it was you. I thought you were dancing today.
Yes, yes, it was me. That being said, we're going to go ahead and get started. So this is recorded. Everyone who is in attendance here will get a recording of this. So I encourage you to listen up. If you have any questions, there's a Q&A section. Please type your questions in there. We have two experts, Shannon Carpenter and Dino Avicenia, who are going to show you how they're generating leads. Like Shannon hasn't bought leads in months because he's generating so many on TikTok. They're literally going to show you exactly how they're doing it. So save your questions, type them in the Q&A. We're going to try to do 10 minutes and 10 minutes. That'll probably be 15 and 15 because they have a lot of information. And then we'll open it up for Q&A. That being said, I'm going to be quiet because I have no expertise in this. I'm learning as you're learning. And then Katie is going to share with us how we're going to use the FFL AMS TikTok account as a repository to help boost everyone. And Shannon's going to talk a little bit about that strategy. So Shannon, I'm going to mute out, make sure Depot can get on. Please go ahead and take it away. And you should be able to share your screen if need be. So let me know if you need to do that. Okay.
No problem. I don't need to share my screen. I'm just going to read some notes here and let everybody write some stuff down. And
Okay,
also,
thank you.
thank you for appreciate you having me on. It is an honor and a privilege to be here. And what an awesome company and opportunity that we all have in front of us. So I'm going to basically give you guys some information, some just some notes that I've written down. And then after I do this, you're going to see Depot actually take TikTok for a test drive. So that'll be really exciting. So number one is setting up your account. I've seen a lot of comments so far that I don't have an account yet. Firstly, you don't have to have an account to look at the videos. You can just click a link from, like if I sent you a link to a video, you could actually go watch it, not have an account. But it's probably good that you don't have an account because setting up the account is very important. Choosing the name is very important. So example, I've got a couple of ladies on my team. One of them was a chiropractor whenever I met her. And so now she's on here doing TikToks and doing the insurance thing with us. So her name on TikTok is the Finance Doctor. Thought it was cute. Another one was a hairstylist, and hers is Money Makeover. So just find something cute, something catchy, something people are going to remember so they can come back to it and find you. The next one is the genre. You got to stay on topic. You know, I've got 8 different channels about different things, right? Like I teach racing, I do photography, all kinds of different things. So if I post videos about finance for a week straight, and then I start posting videos about my kids on a dirt bike or the salmon I cook for dinner, then it's going to throw TikTok's algorithm off, and I'm not going to get as many likes. So stay on topic. If you need to, have a personal account for all your dances, and then have a business account for all of your business TikToks, right? Or dance on both. You might get more leads. Who knows? Sean's going to be dancing next on these TikTok. Probably the most important thing is the algorithm itself. So you have to understand how the algorithm works to really win on TikTok. And the word is meaningful interactions, but that's like a long word. So I'm going to say brownie points. We're going to call it brownie points for today. So when you post a video, it goes out to a group of people that you know. All right. If it gets a lot of brownie points, it goes out to more people that you know. If it gets more brownie points, it's going to go to a group of people that you don't know. Now, if it still gets a ton of brownie points, then TikTok says, okay, this is a really good video. We're going to send this out to a whole just ton of people. And from there, the more brownie points you get, the more viral you're going to go. So I posted one a month ago. It's already over 1.2 million views. I've already had 30,000 people share it with somebody else or across the platform. And that's produced well over 2,000 leads for me and my team. So algorithm. So here's how that works. The brownie point system, you get 1 brownie point for a like. So I appreciate all the likes, but it's only worth 1 point, right? So if I can get people to engage in other ways, then I get more points. I get 20 points if they watch the video to completion, or at least 90%. I also get 20 points if they leave a comment. I also get 20 points if they share it in any way. So you can repost, you can stitch, you can duet, You can share to another platform like Facebook or Instagram, or even over text. So since the algorithm is so important, you want to structure your video to perform well. You want to use a title. You want to use words in the title that that people are going to search for. So if I'm talking about the fees involved with an IUL or something like that, or the top 3 things you didn't know about an IUL, I want to list those things in the title. Also, you have hashtags. Eventually, TikTok will cut you off and say you can't hashtag anymore, right? There's only so many characters you can type. So I tell people hashtag till you can't hashtag no more. So luckily, whenever Depot drives this, you'll get to see this firsthand. But if I were to type in the word hashtag and then I put invest, you're going to see invest, investing, and investments all pop up as a recommendation. You're going to see that invest has like 2 million searches. People search for it 2 million times. You're going to see that investments has, let's say, 4 million, and investing may have 9 or 10 million. So I'm going to use the one that says investing because it has the most searches. The next one is consistency. Consistency is key. I try to post one a day. Do the best you can. If you can post something every other day, even if it's a couple times a week. Depot is another beast. I don't even know when he has time to work. That boy posts at least 2 or 3 times a day. I'm like, Depot, man, you got to slow down. I can't keep up with you. So anyway, post as much as you can. But the key is if you're consistent and you're doing it every day or every other day, and then you take a vacation and you don't post anything for 2 weeks, when you come back and you make that next post, it's not going to do as well. It's going to take you some time to regain your momentum, right? The next one is a call to action. So if you've ever heard in any of these videos, you'll see people say, drop a 1 in the comments if you need help, or reply tax-free if you want to learn how to build money in an IUL and not pay taxes, right? Because it's tax-free. So that's a call to action. Well, remember, when somebody leaves a comment, you get 20 brownie points, right? So I'm basically asking them to drop more brownie points in there so that it goes out to more people and keeps my video going viral. Another big tip is team participation. So I've got a large team. So anytime I want a video to do really, really well, I'll text my team and say, hey, here's the link. If you guys don't care, go like it, save it, repost it, do edit, whatever, leave a comment, and that gets more brownie points. So I could comment on my own post and answer all these people's questions, and I do, but it gets me more brownie points if my team goes on and answers those questions for me. The next one I would say is got to be content. A lot of people will call me and they say, I don't know what to post. I'm not comfortable on camera. I'm not sure what I'm doing. So I believe Depot is going to show you this too, but it's called a duet. The easiest thing you can start off doing, create your account, get it all going, and then do a duet. And that's the one where you see like my face over here and Depot's face over here and the screen split down the middle. Depot's doing all the work. All I'm doing is sitting here looking at him, pointing at him, just shaking my head like, man, this dude knows what he's talking about right here. That's it. You don't have to do a whole lot. The other one, mockery is the best form of flattery, right? So write down what we say, or better yet, hold the screen and the options will pop up and save the video. It saves it into your, like for me, I use my cell phone. It saves it into my Photos app. So you can go back and watch that, play it for a sentence, and then get out your camera and record you saying the same thing you saw Depot just said. I can't tell you how many times he's had a good idea or a great video. I'm like, man, that's a good idea. I'll just write down what Depot says and I'll go make the same video. And I'm sure he does the same. I hope he does the same with me. Because then, like I said, I'm flattered, right? So another one would be just to be prepared. Like I said, I received over 2,000 leads in 3 weeks from one video. And that's just too much for one person to handle. I've got a link in my bio, and it's called JotForm. It's jotform.com. So users are directed there and they fill out their basic info, like their state and their age and stuff like that. That goes into a special folder in my Outlook inbox. I personally reply to every single one. I thank them. And then I copy in one of the agents and I say, hey, this is Lisa. She's going to take it from here and get the ball rolling. Also, all of my agents use Calendly. That's hard to say. Calendly is an automated calendar. So when they reply, all they have to do is say, hey, Sean, thanks for the email. We're excited to work with you. Here's a link to my calendar. Go ahead and book, 15 minutes or 30 minutes so we can chat and I can figure out what your goals are and to see how I can help. And then the last one is just to be personable. I used to teach corporate trainings with my last company. And I had somebody come up to me once. They said, man, every time you do a training, we have like a big turnout. When I do a training, I don't feel like we have a big turnout. And I said, well, it's because your meetings probably suck. Like, no offense. Don't be offended by that. Be better. But if you stand behind the podium and just give a download, sometimes that can be boring. People learn from different ways. But if you're energetic about what you do, if you're passionate about what you do, and you're enthusiastic about it, then other people want a piece of that passion, right? So that's why sales, after all, is a transfer of enthusiasm. So that's all I've got for now, buddy. Back to you, Sean.
All right, look at that. I unmuted myself there. Shannon, fantastic. Thank you so much. Again, this recording will be sent to you. And what I like is Shannon gave you a breakdown of how he's approaching it, the 10 things that are important. Talking about having a CTA, a call to action. You got to have a call to action. All right. He's talking about doing the duet. And one of the things, Shannon, as we met, we've rehearsed over what we're going to be talking about and how we're going to be presenting this. But when at the end, when Katie talks about our Family First Life AMS TikTok account, I'm seeing how it works. So I'm going to start producing content less than 3 minutes, even quicker, 1 minute, 2 minute, that everybody can take and duet, right? So, hey, here's a guy who has a securities license. Here's a guy who's legally allowed to sell mutual funds, everything like that. Yet he's talking about the benefits of IULs or talking about the benefits of FIAs. So this is spurring what could be a huge revolution in how we generate leads. And I was also excited to see that, okay, if I think of TikTok, I think of a bunch of kids who have no money, who might play video games, right? And both you all have told me that's not the case. So you're actually seeing demographics of people who are maybe older or who have money, and these IULs are legitimate opportunities. You obviously got to weed through a lot of crap to get to anything, but it's a volume play that costs you nothing technically. Is that accurate?
Yes, definitely. Absolutely.
Okay, and most of your leads are coming through actual jot forms that you're putting there, or are they still coming through as, please contact me, or kind of give us a breakdown of what percentage of your leads come in as what?
Yes, so that's a good question. I forgot about that. So I had to set up the jot form because I was getting so many emails from a previous video. So in the last, the major video that I'm talking about that had a couple million views or whatever, at the end I said, use my jot form link below, or you can click on the email button and send me an email directly, or you can comment help in the comments. Well, I have almost 5,000 comments of people saying help. I have 2,000 jot forms, and then I have another probably 1,000 or 1,500 just emails. So that's a lot of leads to dig through.
Yep. Hey, well, you know what? We spend a lot of time buying leads, calling leads, door knocking. So I think any lead at this point would be efficient, or would be appreciated. You just got to be efficient with it. All right. So now we're going to shift superstars. Shannon, thank you so much. You look fantastic. Appreciate all the kind words and all the valuable words, and your kind heart and coming in and serving the team here. I mean, this is huge, y'all. They're showing what's working for them, building a team, and they're sharing it with us. They didn't even hesitate. When I asked them, would you help? They said, yeah, what do you need? 100%. Absolutely. I'll show you everything. I'll tell you everything. So thank you so much. It means the world to me. Deepo, how are you doing, Deepo?
I am doing great. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Hey, look at that. The Think Big is now, is that accurate? Yeah.
That's accurate.
That's good job. Good job. Deepo, you've been crushing it. Okay. I was turned on to some of your videos. I watched them. Really my first foray into TikTok, and Shannon at the same time, I started watching those, but you're having a lot of success, and you're going to share your screen and be a little bit more hands-on in showing us what you do and how you set up a TikTok video, correct?
Absolutely.
Okay. Fire away. Let me know if you're having any trouble sharing it.
Okay. Give me 1 second. Okay. All right.
All right. We can see it. Thank you, my friend.
Excellent. Excellent. Well, definitely thanks a lot, Sean, for having me. I'm very humbled to be speaking to the entire FFL family. One of the things I always like to tell people is that I'm not extraordinary, right? I'm just an ordinary guy who does simple things consistently over time. That's pretty much it, right? Anybody can do what I'm doing, what Shannon is doing. It's not hard, it's not difficult, and you'll kind of see some of the stuff I'm talking about in a second. So just to kind of introduce who I am, I got my license in September 8th, 2021. Didn't really do anything until this year, I think around March, when I officially joined FFL. But back in December 23rd, 2021, I did my very first life insurance video. I've always been a content creator, but from a life insurance standpoint, this was my first video. And the title was pretty simple. Why is it mandatory to have car, home, and health insurance, but not life insurance? So just like Shannon said, your topic has to be very, very catchy for people to watch your content. So I posted a video on the 23rd, went to sleep, and I woke up the next morning with 40,000 views. That has never happened to me before, because I spent most of my time on Facebook, 90% of my time, because just like Sean, I thought TikTok was for kids. But when that video went viral, I knew instantly that I needed to dedicate more of my time to TikTok. So to cut the long story short, the video has about 587,000 views right now. Other people have shared the content, got millions of views on my video, right? And of course, you can imagine the kind of leads it generates for them. But essentially, that was the beginning of my journey as what I've coined to be the digital life insurance agent. That's essentially what Shannon and I are pretty much doing, leveraging technology, social media to grow our business. All right. Now, the way we're doing this is a strategy, right? It's called attraction marketing. Most agents on social media or offline are so busy trying to sell to people, and by nature, we don't want to buy something that people are trying to sell to us. So attraction marketing is really a strategy where customers are attracted to purchase whatever you're offering without you directly trying to sell to them. Now, Shannon and I both know that our intention is to generate leads, but we're not going to say that. We're not going to say, hey, come on, buy IUL because it's a great product. It's more informational based, right? Now, here's a few things that you need to understand when it comes to building a successful business on social media. This could be applied to TikTok. This could be applied to Instagram. The first key thing is that you want to make sure that your profile is set up for success, right? Because you are a financial professional. I always tell people that your profile is basically your resume, right? That's the first thing that people see. So if they click on your profile and they don't see anything that kind of tells them what you're all about or what you do, the chances are they're not going to follow and they're not going to watch your content, right? Another key thing to put here is also possibly your license number or your national producer number, just to indicate that you are a life insurance agent. That's something I'm actually going to be updating my profile on, just to kind of let people know what you're all about, right? Step number 2, pick a niche and become an expert at it or in it. Now, when I say pick a niche, I predominantly, even though my page is all about finance, not just life insurance, right? But I predominantly talk about index universal life or whole life insurance policy when it comes to insurance. So that means if you're into final expense, term insurance, and things like that, mortgage protection, you can't really mix everything on your page, right? You want to be known for something. And if you go on Sean's page, I mean, he's answering Shannon's page, everything related to IULs, right? So by the time you go on his page, this guy really knows his stuff, okay? And when I talk about being an expert, it doesn't take a long time to become an expert, because an expert is simply someone who knows what they're talking about and they're able to convey that to their audience. And more importantly, be yourself and be creative, right? Don't try to, be someone that you're not, because people can sense that, right? So social media is all about being natural and being able to convey a message to your audience. Number 3, create content, right? Create content around your niche consistently. If there's one thing that's kind of helped me over time, is that I am extremely consistent, right? So the same way those of you who, used to dialing and calling leads every single day, That's the same way I pump out content every single day, because that's my lead generation, right? And then know your audience. So you have to understand that everybody's not going to be your audience. You can create content to target IUL for kids. You can create content to target IUL for young professionals or people who are closer to retirement and they're thinking more of how can I create a supplemental retirement? So your audience will determine the type of content that you create or share on your page. And then finally, share other people's content, right? This is by far, and I need you to listen very closely, ladies and gentlemen, this is by far the easiest way to attract potential clients, hands down, right? And I'm not sure if he's on the line, but I want to give a big shout out to Juan Franco. I think he's out of Texas. Amazing person. I think I spoke to him for the first time last week, and he's actually one of the people that shared my videos, and I think he got like 1.5 million views. Now imagine the kind of leads he generated on his end. I have 500 or something thousand views, and he got 1 point something on my video. I'm still trying to figure out how that works, but it's all good, right? There's social media for you. But the whole point is, when you share other people's content, you're more likely to gain followers and also generate leads for yourself. But remember, you got to make sure you're following these things, because what happens is that when somebody if you share somebody's video on your page, right, and they love the content, the next thing that they're doing is they're clicking on your profile to see what other types of videos you have. So if you only have one video that went viral, you're a one-hit wonder, right? So they might not follow you because you don't have other content. That's why consistency is very important. These are the tools that I personally have that has helped me tremendously. Number one is solo.to, which is what I use to set up my bio. So it's a link, which I'm going to show you once I log into TikTok, that I use to house multiple links because I do so many other things outside of life insurance. Secondly, Calendly, just like Shannon said, we use this to set up appointments. I have to change my strategy because I was literally having back-to-back meetings from morning till evening every 15 minutes, every day. And with that strategy, I couldn't write business. So I had to literally structure my entire day. I'm not accepting any calendar invites on Tuesdays and Thursdays. And even on the days that I do accept, I kind of leave room to be able to be more productive in those days. And I also use a Prompt Smart Pro teleprompter, which is what I use to record scripts. So when you see my videos, it definitely looks like, wow, he's pumping out so many content. The reason is because I take the time to write out my script and I put it in the teleprompter so I'm able to read it while I'm being recorded at the same time. So I'm able to pump out more content that way, right? So you can definitely check that out. There's a free version and there's also a paid version for all three of these different links. Obviously, the paid version is more beneficial. And then I use Canva, which is more so what I use to create cover page for my posts, specifically for Instagram. If you want to actually be more creative or attract more leads, you want to make sure you're copying the same video you're posting on TikTok and posting that same video on Instagram. So to kind of put things into perspective, I went from 23 followers on December 23rd to now over 126,000 on TikTok. On Instagram, I went from 1,500 followers after 7 years to over 110,000 followers within the last 2 months, right? Their key is consistency, okay? Now, what I want to do at this point is I want to share my screen so you can actually see, let me hold on one second. All right. I'm going to actually log into my TikTok account so you can see exactly what Shannon and I, we kind of do on a daily basis and how you can replicate the same thing. Give me 1 second here. All right. Okay, let me stop sharing first and then I'm going to share again.
Great info, Depot. We appreciate it.
Okay.
I'll let you know when that comes up.
All right. So hold on 1 second here. Now, all right, can you see this?
Yes.
Perfect. All right. So this is my my TikTok page, right? So as you can see, like I said, I'm currently at 126,000 followers. You can see my profile, very simple and straight to the point. When you come on my page, you know exactly what I do, right? Wealth strategist, like I said, I talk about so many other things outside of life insurance, right? I teach people how to earn, grow, and protect their money. That's all I do. So when you scroll from top to bottom, you're not going to see anything about, you know, anything outside of finance, right? Just like Shannon said, you want to make sure that you stick to one topic on your page so that people can be more, you know, you can attract more clients. Now, just to kind of give you a perspective of what we're talking about regarding Duet, sharing other people's video, right? So you can see that this video that I pinned to the top of my page actually has 2.5 million views, all right? And I'm just going to, okay, share computer sound. Okay, so let me know if you guys can hear this.
Life insurance is the world's safest industry. There's an account that yields 5 to 6 times more than long-term CDs, has guaranteed returns in most cases, does not have to be reported to the IRS, can be accessed by any time without penalty, lets you retire 100% income tax-free, and yet almost no one knows how wonderful these plans are because the government places tight restrictions on the advertising of these accounts, even though they are 100% legal. Why are they secret? Because they can't make a dime off of them. If we sold cash value life insurance to everybody in America, there would be no tax revenue for these guys to screw up.
Bingo. That's simple. All I did was just nod in my head. I didn't say one word. I just shared somebody else's content. But you know what happened? Obviously, when they click, they're going through my other videos and they notice, wow, this guy's all about finance. The second step would be, I want to learn more about cash value policy. So what do? They click on my link right here, right? And that link, so if I click on it, so it kind of, once again, talks about, you know, a little brief synopsis of what I do. They can click to access my email, and they can also click to text me. When I first started, I only had a text option, and I used to put my number on a video, and I would wake up in the next morning, tons of text messages. I mean, sometimes it would take me probably, it'll probably take me a couple of days just to even get back to one person. So I got better at what I do, and now I have a short website that I created. So if they click, it's going to bring them here, right? And they can pretty much watch IUL for kids, IUL for adults, and then if they want more information, they pretty much fill this out, right? And then I also have FAQs, right? So the reason why I did this was because I noticed that a lot of people were asking the same questions. So I can spend 20 to 30 minutes answering the same question back to back. So now, before you actually get on my calendar, it's a requirement for you to go through my FAQs, right? If you get on a call with me and you're not ready, I'll redirect you back to the FAQ. And once you're done, you call me back. Because as an agent, you guys understand, if you're dialing, you don't have time to waste. So as content creators, we don't have time to waste either, right? So once you have that structure, people take you more seriously, okay? So that's, like I said earlier, multiple links that you can add to that solo. I also have, like, for those who want agents from other companies, when they see my content, they want to learn how to do what I do. So I created a boot camp for them to actually learn my process on how to create content on social media and gain more leads that way. So just to kind of give you a quick example of how to create a duet, I'm going to create one right now so you can see how easy it is. But once again, it's not more so about having duets. You also have to create your own content as well. All right, so I'm going to go to my favorite where I save most of my videos that I'm interested in. So these are all videos that I've saved that I kind of liked from the past. So if I clicked on this guy, for example, right?
Here's the 3 worst banks in America.
So he's talking about the 3 worst banks in America, right? All I'm simply doing, and watch this step by step, I'm clicking on this little arrow right here, right? Which is the share arrow. When I click on that, it gives me the option to do a duet, which is essentially what Shannon talked about earlier, you on one side and then the other video on the other side. All right. So if I click on duet, all I'm doing is simply pointing and agreeing to him, to whatever he's saying, right? Because once again, his page is similar to what I promote, which is more about financial literacy. So I click on duet and I'm going to record.
Here's the 3 worst banks in America. One of the hardest and most important decisions we will ever make is where to store our money. It's intentionally difficult to choose a bank though, with so many options and confusing terminology designed to trick you into thinking all banks are good. Lucky for you though, you're following me, and my 3rd most hated bank of all time is Chime. Chime has been known to close its members' accounts with no warning at all and no reason. Literally, they won't even give you a reason, and they have been known to keep the money that was in the account before they closed it. Chime is the type of bank to pee on your back and tell you it's raining while also stealing your money. But for security reasons, they can't tell you why they closed your account. My 2nd most hated bank I've actually been warning people about for years now, Wells Fargo. Wells Fargo has created over 2 million fake accounts in the last few years using real customers' information. They literally stole money from their own members to create millions of additional fake accounts. And then they charged these new fake accounts all sorts of late fees and overdraft fees, demanding that those unsuspecting members pay those fees. They even scammed their employees into tricking more customers into signing up for these bogus accounts, and they called them sign-up incentives and other garbage to manipulate us all. They also then used all of those new account signups to bolster their stock price, making them look like they were growing exponentially. And their fines were mere pennies on the dollar from what they stole from their customers. They call this a cost of doing business, and they knew this full well. But somehow, this next bank is even worse. They were forced to pay the largest civil settlement in U.S. history at $16.65 billion. They have been caught doing the exact same thing as Wells Fargo and Chime, opening fake accounts and charging their customers overdraft fees and late fees on those new accounts. And they have also been caught doing the exact same thing as Chime by closing accounts illegally and keeping the money. And they were once the main contributor to the 07-08 housing collapse. They charge some of the highest fees and have the hardest requirements to removing those fees. The #1 worst bank in the US has to go to Bank of America. Now click my link in the bio to join a community of investors dedicated to creating their own financial freedom and learning everything else they should have taught us in school. Here's the 3 worst banks in America. One of the hardest and most important decisions we will ever.
So that's it. Right, that all I did was point it and agreed. So now what I'll do is just to kind of add.
Here's the 3 worst banks in America. One of the hardest and most important decisions we will ever make is where to store our money. It's intentionally difficult to choose a bank though, with so many options and confusing terminology designed to trick you into thinking all banks are good. Lucky for you though, you're following me, and my 3rd most hated bank of all time is Chime. Chime has been known to close its members' accounts with no warning at all and no reason. Literally, they won't even give you a reason, and they have been known to keep the money that was in the account before they closed it. Chime is the type of bank to back and tell you it's
next, and then I simply paste it here. All right, and then I also like to be creative with my cover, so I click on select cover, and then I preferably choose this glitch option, right? So when I click on that, no, not this one, glitch, and then I paste the same title right there. Bingo. And then I drop it to the top, click save. And then the key part, excuse me, the most important part out of all this are the hashtags, which Shannon talked about earlier. You can have the best video all you want, the best duet, but if you don't use the proper hashtag, you're not going to get hits on that video, right? So what I'm going to do is now use some of my favorite hashtags, which they'll start populating now. Of course, you can see life insurance at the top, but that has nothing. This has nothing to do with life insurance. So I click on wealth, success.
And Deepo, let's point out what Shannon was talking about. On the right, we can see how many hits that tag has. So if we look at S,
So let me type in invest. So that's probably much better.
Okay.
So if I type in invest. So you can see the different, hits, right?
Right.
So invest 5.9, investing 7.9, invest 4.5 billion, investment 2.1 billion, investor 1.4 billion. So I'll probably just stick with investing, right? And
Yep.
then of course banks. I could just do bank, wealth, money, cash flow, anything that has to do with money, right? Retirement, let's see, financial literacy, financial TikTok, money tips. All right. So we'll just leave it at this, right? You can also tag people. So I just post and just let it be. But if you want to be more creative, like if I wanted to tag Shannon on this video, for example, right? I can tag, let me just type in his name. All right. Shannon, this is not you, right?
That's me right there. Yep.
Uh,
If you go back, just delete all that. I was the first one that popped up there on your right there, Alpha Team Financial.
oh yeah, all right, cool, awesome. All right, so we do that.
Yep, and tag Family
AMS.
First Life AMS
Okay.
Depot.
So I could
Yep,
just tag all
because
these
we're-
Family
we're gonna
First Life
pop up
people.
there.
I don't know who they are, but I'm just going to tag them anyway. And then hit done.
Yep.
And then you simply click post. Right.
This is
So
Perfect. Perfect.
yeah. So that's pretty much it. Doing a duet. But outside of that, you definitely want to also make sure that you're personally creating content in addition to doing duets, because people want to see your face. They just don't want to see somebody pointing all the time in all your videos. They want to hear your voice. They want to hear, what you have to talk about. Real quick, let me just share.
to you. Look at that.
Shannon's page, like, so you guys can kind of see what we're talking about. Right. So here's one thing that I did forget to mention. We are literally all sharing the same content, right? There's nothing new under the sun. Like, if you notice that on Shannon's page, he also pinned a video with Waka Flocka. And then if you go to my page, same thing. Let me see. And then I'm done after this. You can see the same thing, right? Same video, but mine is a little bit different because I actually chopped it up. So made it a little bit more interesting to fit the way I want to present it. Same thing with Shannon and everybody else sharing the content. So that's pretty much it. Sean, I guess we can kind of open it up for Q&A.
Yep. Hey, Depot, awesome. Thank you so much. I mean, you all got to admit, having someone go through and show you exactly what they did and give you some encouragement. Depot, your first post was in December, and look where you're at now. Being consistent is awesome. Katie, if you could really quick unmute. We have created a Family First Life AMS TikTok account for you and Bridget to dance on. Is that correct? Or no? It's for us to share content. That's right. That's right. So
Yes.
Katie, what is our handle going to be?
Yep. So it's Family First Life AMS.
Okay. And if you'll type that to everyone, here's what we want to do. Anytime you produce content, okay, and well, there's really two things. When you produce content, make sure you tag Family First Life AMS. The reason why is Katie, now what do you have to do, Katie? Tell us, you have to download it and reload it. Tell me real quick what you're going to be doing with these videos.
Yep. So if they tag us in videos, we'll go in and like their video, comment on it to kind of get some of those brownie points that Shannon mentioned.
Yep.
And then we will
watch it.
also, and watch it fully. Yep. And then we'll go ahead and download it and then re-upload it to our page and tag you back in the video so that you guys can go through and like and comment on all of each other's videos on our page.
Perfect. So what we're trying to do is, if you recall Shannon talking about these brownie points, how Shannon has worked the algorithm is having different people give you brownie points. So we're all going to work together, and the repository will be the Family First Life AMS site. So we're going to tag everybody we can, just like you saw. But if you check our site once a day and you see Depot posted a new one, you see Bridget posted one, you see Shannon posted one, you see Frank and Tanya and all these people have posted one, take a moment to watch them, like them, and or share them, and take good ones too. That's also going to be content you can use. So you can try to get one out per day. Let's say you got one original and then the rest you're sharing, or 3 original and 3 that you're sharing. This repository should help us, based on Shannon's calculations, push the algorithm and have more of our content go viral. It will also be where I will be posting videos. I do a pretty good job, been doing the videos for a long time. We're going to do some condensed versions of how to avoid a recession, how to keep your money safe. Do you want the best guaranteed paycheck? And right, I'm going to have a bunch of different ones that I'll do that are very quick that we can share. Not because I want leads. I want nothing to do with it. I want you all to get leads. And this is the way to do it. So we're all going to work together. We're all going to help each other out. And that rising tide will raise more ships. Just like Depot said, it's now time for Q&A. So there's a section there for Q&A. We're going to answer as many as we can in the next 18 minutes before we hang up, and this recording will be sent to everyone. You can also email us for any questions that didn't get answered live. So, gents, are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay. Darren Henry, what is Depot's website? Now, Darren, do you mean what's Depot's TikTok handle? Depot, can you give us your TikTok handle?
Sure. So my TikTok handle is Depot_Adesina, my last name. But I think somebody did see a comment. So I probably have over 50 fake accounts on TikTok. But the one with the highest follower, right? That's my account. All the other accounts usually probably have like 1 follower, 0 followers. So Depot, DIPO_ADESINA.
Yeah, and you can type that in the comments too, Depot,
Sure,
so they see it. All right. Salvatore Bocio. All right, Salvatore, great name. Is there a reason you may not just want to choose all the similar hashtag options? Shannon, will you field that question?
Is there a reason that you wouldn't choose all the hashtag options? You could, but they limit you, I think, to 150 characters. So since you want to use words that describe your video, like in Depot's example a minute ago, he had like money, investing. You know, I wouldn't pick like investing, investments, and invest. I would mix it up and use money, investments, IUL. So you get more people that are searching for more words.
Okay, excellent. Anthony Schlumpf, have you guys used Boost app? I don't know what that is. Do you?
No.
They don't know what it is, Anthony. Guys, take a look, and we'll do that as some homework. Okay.
Yep.
All right. Rita Roberts has a question. Do you guys get paid from TikTok based on views and interactions? That's a great question. Has there been any action from TikTok to monetize it?
For me, no, but I mean, I definitely give brand deals to, promote other brands' content. Like, of course, it has to be related to finance, right? So, but from TikTok directly, no, not yet.
Janet?
So I have 8 channels. So on some of mine, you can't be paid from a business channel, I believe, because on a business channel, you're allowed to have a link to your email, maybe in a website. And on a personal channel, they don't allow you to have a link to your email. So on my personal accounts, I do get paid, like the Naughty Boy. Don't go Googling that yet. That's KNOTTY, the Naughty Boy. I teach people to tie ties. I started that on Christmas Day and woke up the next day to 34,000 followers and an email from TikTok asking me for my bank account routing number. I thought I was being scammed until I looked into it. So yes, they do pay you, but it has to be a personal, not a business page.
Excellent answer. Thank you. Salvatore has another question. Let me help if I can decipher this. Is there a way to quickly be able to view the original video you are duetting? So we can share the same one. So meaning if he sees a duet, that original video, let's say the gentleman who was preaching about life insurance, can he click on that, or is that person tagged so he can see that original video?
Yeah, so you should, and I'm not sure, hold on one second. Well, in this video, no, because I can't remember exactly where I saw that video. So I just created my own duet outside of the platform. But usually when you do a duet within TikTok, you will be able to see the original source. You'll click on it and you'll be able to do your own duet with that particular video.
Okay, thank you. Janine Gay, I will watch the beginning of the replay, but what is the recommended amount of weekly? Okay. This person came in a little late. They're going to watch the recording. I appreciate it, but they just have a quick, easy question. What is the recommended times you post per week. And let me feel this one, Shannon, the more the better, right? At a
Right.
minimum, you're probably gonna have to do what, 3 a week at a minimum? One a
Right.
day is probably more along the lines of what you need to commit to, correct?
Yes.
Depot, do you agree?
Well, I try to do 2 to 3 per day, but yeah, if you could do one every day, that's great. 3 per week, that's pretty low. Because it's all people want to see your face. Once they like one of your videos, they want to see more content from you. So you can't really like do 3 videos and then you're done till next week. It's not, it's almost like you dialing and calling leads, once a week, right? And then you wait to the following week. It's going to impact your ability to grow your page and attract people to it.
They want to
Yeah.
see your, they want to see my face or Sean's face though.
Right, exactly. Yeah, we agreed. It's because Depot's so good looking that, that's why he's so popular. But
Oh, not at all,
yeah,
man.
the more the better. That's ultimately the answer. And you would
Absolutely.
have to commit to something. So we can duet some, but let's say you're doing 3 that are original and 3 duets. That's kind of bare minimum. So keep that in mind. If you're doing this as an agency, are you going to work together, right? Are you going to have a financial team that works together? Are you going to do this yourself? Depot or Shannon, gosh, I can't remember, guys. One of you talked about knocking out a bunch of content at once. You had different shirts.
Yeah.
And right, Depot, that was you? You
Yeah.
put on different shirts. You take care of all your content in 2 hours, and now you're ready to post that throughout the week. Is that correct?
Absolutely. I mean, I still did that today, right? So the whole, I mean, I can wear the same shirt, but I don't want people thinking I'm dirty, right? So
Right.
I wear different, so I can shoot like this morning. I've done 3 videos with this shirt, took it off, put on another shirt, did 3 other videos. So when I really start posting, people were thinking like, wow, this guy's always putting out content. Well, I just allocated time to to write the scripts, edit shoot the videos, and then edit them. So when I start pushing them out, it's more consistent.
Excellent. Mary Gonzalez, how did you create the site that you send people to? I think that was Jotform, right, Shannon?
Yes,
Uh,
jotform.com, JOTFORM.
Depot, are you interpreting that question any differently?
Yeah, I just built my own website, man. It's something simple. I just did that yesterday, by the way. So I just learned to anything that's going to make me money. I got to learn that skill. So I built my own website, just added the link and boom.
Where
That's
did you
it.
build the site at? Like
Wix.
Wix.com?
Yeah,
that's why I asked.
Wix.com.
Yep. Chanda Baker has a question. How do you share your phone during the live webinar? That is awesome, Depot, but that's a feature of Ring Central, which is actually Zoom software. They license Zoom software. So can you explain to her how you shared that your phone?
My phone. No, this is, so I didn't do this through, hold on. So I have an app. What is this app actually called? Sorry, give me 1 second. So there's an app that I have on my phone that allows me to share my screen, ApowerSoft, right? So I'm able to share my screen and then use the screen sharing feature on Ring Central to now share with everybody.
Yeah. And Ring Central actually allows you to, if your phone's tethered, it'll allow you to share your screen too. It's one.
Oh, nice. Didn't know
Yeah,
that.
so there's 2 ways to do it. Bo Kelly, Bo's my buddy out there on the East Coast. Bo has a question. Where do you go to learn how to post, add, text, etc.? So all that fancy stuff. I mean, Bo, you could obviously practice it on a couple, but I'm sure there's got to be a YouTube video on how to add text and etc. How to add window dressing to your post. Would that be accurate?
Yeah, of course you can definitely learn anything on YouTube and also playing around with it. That YouTube is definitely a great place to start. Now, what I've personally done is that because I've gotten so many hits from life insurance agent, even outside of FFL, to kind of learn the things that I'm doing, I just create like a 3-day boot camp to literally show everybody like the step-by-step process of what I do, how I create the videos, how I come up with topics to create my own video. So that's more structure for somebody who wants the nitty-gritty versus, you kind of going out there on YouTube and things like that. But you can learn these things directly from the app if you wanted to. It's not really that hard.
Excellent. No, that's good. That's good. Anonymous attendee, I think it's a good question. So this person's saying, hey, I'm not being funny. What if you're not photogenic? What if you're not creative? What would your niche be? I think that's, guys, what would your answer be? I mean, if you're not feeling like you're photogenic, I don't know if that's a necessity. in sharing videos. I mean, we're laughing. Depot's a handsome dude, right? He's out there sharing videos, but I don't think people are worried about what the person looks like. I think they're worried more about
Not
the
at all.
content. So share content and have good content. And I don't think people are going to be concerned about how photogenic you are.
Yeah, I've had people do it videos with me and they've got the lights off. They're sitting in a dark room. You can barely see like a reflection of light on their glasses. And it's just me over here talking. So you don't even see the person. But my mind's going all kinds of places. I'm like, you could put on a costume if you want to. Put on like the V for Vendetta mask and just point to us while we talk, you know?
Absolutely.
There you go. Yeah, the zodiac of financial education, right? John Noons has a question. Does the video and informational content when referencing FFL need to go through a compliance department to ensure there's nothing stated? This is an excellent question, John. In fact, this is a very important question. John, yes, yes and no. We're not going to be able to run compliance, nor compliance is kind of a funny thing. It'll help you tell you when you're in trouble, but it won't tell you exactly what to do. Here's what I recommend. Never talk about securities information. Don't talk about stocks and bonds that you buy and sell. Even if you're licensed, there's a lot of potential hazards with that. Try to speak to something that a carrier would have approved or something that you saw that was approved from Family First Life. And then always include your national producer number. I would include that in everything that you post and explain, you know, hey, I'm a licensed life insurance agent in multiple states. Okay. And then explain the content as you would see us explain it. And that should help you stay out of trouble with that. And don't talk about selling stocks and bonds or picking stocks or things like that. Michael Zamoris, is there a drastic effect of viewer reduction on TikTok if we encourage links to other social media platforms, i.e. Facebook or Instagram? Great question, Shannon. In that algorithm, they're probably not wanting to play in the same sandbox as Facebook, who owns Instagram. Or Meta owns both of them. Have you seen any reduction if you're trying to link people outside of that?
I haven't. And also when you click share, it gives you options to share the video to Facebook or Instagram or Twitter, whatever that one's called. I don't use that a lot. Snapchat, it's got all those different things lined up down there. So it looks like they encourage you to share across platforms. And I know Depot definitely uses Instagram a lot.
Okay. Toka Montgomery, Depot, did you just do a landing page or is it a full website that you built at Wix?
It's really a full website because even at the bottom of that, so it talks about IUL, but when you scroll down further down, it also talks about how to become an agent, right? So I mean, it can be considered a landing page, but I view it more as a website, to be honest.
Okay, excellent, thank you. David Hippolyte, do you guys have a team that is helping you do these TikTok videos, or you do them by yourself? You guys do them by yourself. There's no team. You don't have editors or production staff, correct?
Nah,
I don't have, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Nah, yeah, I do my own stuff. So I do have some of my text though, like if it's like more the creative ones, like if you scroll down my video, you see what I'm talking about. I do have somebody on my team who does that because I can do it, but it's very time consuming. But everything else I do by myself.
And I actually record with my own agents. Like I record with them, as in there's two different people talking to each other. So they're in a lot of my videos, but as far as editing, I edit my own videos. I use CapCut, by the way. CapCut is a must-have.
What is that? You want to type that in comments?
I can, yeah. CapCut, CapCut.
CapCut.
It's owned by TikTok. It's very easy to learn.
Perfect. Someone asked about, hey, I want to brush up on my IUL knowledge. I don't want to get leads on something I'm not that good at. FFLAMS.com. That's FFLAMS.com. Register. We have a library. You just click on the education link, and that library, you start watching videos. I'll teach you all about IULs and how to properly do them. I'm not a guy that sells off of hyperbole or boasts things that are, you're stupid if you invest in the market. I'm very neutral. I'm a fiduciary. I own a financial company, a securities company, as well as a life insurance company. So I'll shoot it to you straight. We have great training at FFLAMS.com. Callie Spavari has a question. What are your thoughts on Linktree?
Yeah, Linktree is pretty, I don't use it, but it's almost like, excuse me, it's similar to the one that I use, solo.to. That kind of allows you to house different links within the one hub. So absolutely, that's a great one too.
Matt Isles has a good question. Is there an IUL explainer video? recommended to you the website or capture page. So here's one thing I can tell you, Matt, I recorded a 10-minute video that is designed to be put in front of consumers. It's me explaining 3 reasons why everyone should have an IUL. That might be a good place to start. Katie, can you include some of the IUL education videos, like the 3 reasons why you should own an IUL and the 3 reasons why you should an FIA? I would not limit yourself just to IULs. You also sell FIAs, and FIAs are a fantastic tool. Not everyone can buy them because not everyone has money saved up, but that would be a good place to start, Matt. And then also I have one called the Swiss Army knife of financial tools. You know, the 5 or 6 things that an IUL can do. It's a very powerful video. So those are great videos. One of them is consumer facing. The other one is there for your education. Hopefully that helps. Arturo, where did you make your website? He made it at wix.com, Arturo. That's wix.com. That's where he made the website. Gentlemen, we have time for 2 more minutes for questions. Speaking of, there is the man of the hour, Juan Franco. Shannon, how long have you been in the insurance biz, and how long have you started promoting yourself on TikTok?
I've been doing insurance now for about 15 years, and I started on TikTok in 2020. Whenever Rona first hit, I had an employee that was constantly like, you got to get on TikTok. This is another company. And I said, no, I just child stuff. And then, you know, I got bored with staying home with Rona, and I got on TikTok, and now I have 8 accounts.
Awesome. Soon to be 9. Hans, Augustin, is there a particular time that you should be posting?
It's a good question. You can actually look at the analytics of your data. You can go into your user panel, click on your video, and it'll tell you the demographics of your viewers, if they're men, if they're women, what time they are looking at your video. So I know that I have mostly men watching mine, unfortunately, and that they are there at 9 o'clock to watch my content.
Excellent. All right, gentlemen, unfortunately, we're not able to answer all the questions. We're hitting an hour now. We won't go beyond that. And there are still 38 open questions. So here's what we're going to do. If you have any additional questions, here's what I recommend. Katie is going to send out this recording. Watch it again. Also, she's going to send out some useful links. Use those. If your question is still not answered, you can email. And Katie, please include this. Please email info@fflams.com, and we'll route it to these 2 experts to help you out. And anything you need, you just let us know. Okay, fantastic, everyone. Thank you so much. Deepo, I appreciate you. Shannon, I appreciate you. Bridget, Katie, thank you so much. And this is awesome. Let's use FFL AMS or Family First Life AMS. Follow Deepo. We're going to be putting your guys' handles out there also. You're going to get a lot of these agents following. We're going to share each other's content, watch each other's content, and that's going to boost everybody, relatively speaking. We're going to get a lot of hits and a lot of leads. So thank you, everyone. I appreciate you so much. Have a great day.